Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am looking at bringing you guys a haul. I know, I haven't done one in forever. I went to a few places. I got the bug to go, and every once in a while I get a bug to wander into the flea markets and the antique shops because I haven't done any yard sales this year. I just haven't. And I did stop into the Dollar Tree at the beginning of the summer and look at what they had left in their calendars because I have this obsession with calendars right now. You guys know I started all those calendar journals. Well, I was in the Dollar Tree and I found these calendars, and that's what we're going to start with because they're here on my desk. And I thought it would be a lot of fun to have more of these calendars. Now, being from the Dollar Tree, they are like the magazine page. They're thin. Keeping the pages the way we like to with calendars, I feel like accordion journals and that style is really nice for calendars, along with that one I made with the calendar book where you're willing to glue the calendar pages to the outsides of two signatures, kind of like a link between two signatures. If you're willing to make a lot of mini signatures and do a calendar journal like that, you can save now, and you can also split them up. I mean, you don't have to put all 12 pictures in one journal. You could break it up and do, maybe 6 signatures with calendar pages in between, or, whatever. So, or 5, or you get the idea. So these are the calendars that I found at Dollar Tree that I really liked. I think the images in some of these are really pretty. And of course, they were wrapped in plastic, so I didn't get a chance to open them at the store. But just getting an idea, and I'm not even sure it's worth me flipping through them here because, like I said, they're magazine surface, so my overhead light is probably going to make them shine a bit. So I'm looking at it on my monitor and I'm seeing a lot of glare. So I don't know that it's even worth it for me to try and flip through them. But if you look on here, you can see all the little pictures. And of course, remember I said I use these too. So I got a Tropical Islands one. I got this one. I got a few that have these sentiment type things in them. Dream big. Today is a good day. Believe in yourself. So this one will be a fun, like, Project Life positive type planner journal type thing. So I thought that would be kind of fun to make. And then of course I had to do puppies. I mean, how do you see a puppy calendar and leave it behind for $1? So yeah, and this one's all different puppies. I mean, what's not to love, right? How do you leave behind this face? Those faces. So that. And then this one it says Garden of Grace and it says inspirational calendar, but I'm pretty sure, oh no, they do. Okay, so on the back, I was looking at it, there's no quotes or anything on here, but in the picture here, it does. It has a little band with like Bible quote in it. So, and they do, each one has one. And yes, they are Bible quotes on all the pages. So, and I thought the flowers were gorgeous. I mean, the colors are so pretty, and I love those big close-up shots. So we got that. I like the fact that the pages are colored. It's too bad that when you put them in the book, the numbers and everything end up upside down, because the pages being colored is kind of neat. I don't know, might leave it anyway. Although I will say this, again, these are Dollar Tree calendars, so this isn't exactly what you call heavy-duty paper. Okay, and puppies. There was also kittens. So, yes, I had to get... And I'm a dog person more than a cat person, but I still think kittens are adorable. I mean, right? Little fuzzy faces. Okay, yep. I got 2 of this one. I'm not really sure why I was thinking I'd get 2 of this one at the time, but I really love these, I don't know, farm looking, printed on wood, old sign. I don't know what they're called, but I like them. So, I got 2 of these because I was thinking, I think at the time I had 2 thoughts for what I wanted to use them for, but I didn't write it down, so I don't remember now. But I'm okay with having 2 of those. And then I got this one, which was all, again, little sayings. And this one's very oriented to when it is in the month. So like you've got a hello summer, and you've got this one that indicates, I'm assuming that's July. And here's October with the Happy Halloween. And then of course there's a wreath for Christmas. So these ones are very much a picture that relates to the month that it's in. Not all of them do that. This one does. You got pumpkins, Christmas, those do. But like your kittens and your tropicals and your that sort of thing, they don't really. Okay, so I got a stack of calendars at Dollar Tree. All right, that's it. That's all I got at Dollar Tree. Now, I went to some, like I said, I went to some antique shops. You know those big antique malls where you got all the vendors? And one of the things I found was this. I saw it and I was excited because it's a lot of fabric and it's heavy and it's very like country oriented kind of a deal. And I thought it would be great. First of all, the first thing I thought of when I saw it was I'm going to use it in my on the Apple Orchard journal. I know it takes me forever to make journals. I got it. But I'm almost done and I'm going to be making the cover soon and the spine and all that. And this fabric spoke to me. So I got this for that. But there is a ton of it. I think I could cover my bed with this fabric. There's so much of it. So I have a ton of this fabric and that's still a fold. So, and it's a nice, heavy, durable weight. So I was really excited about that. That was in one of the vendors' booths. Also found this, which again, it's probably supposed to be Christmas or something. And I don't need any more ribbon, but I liked the plaid of it. And I like the fact that it's green and red. And I thought it would be good in, again, in the in the Apple Orchard journal as like if I ruffled it up and put it on page edges and stuff like that. So and it was $1. It was marked down. I don't remember how much. The fabric was also marked down, but I don't remember how much. I'll put the pins there. Okay, and I found this. I know, I have Aesop's books. I know, but I got this because these pictures looked easier to use. I liked the big print. Oh, and then I like all these little pictures. You can make journaling cards and stuff out of these. I think these are really cute. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to specifically make an Aesop fable journal, although that's not a bad idea. But these can be turned into journaling cards and stuck in all kinds of books. And, you know, my other obsession, right? So, which will be coming up here shortly. Calendars and something else, which we will talk about because it's getting out of hand. But I like this book. It's old. Let me see. I know. It's been a while since I've done a haul, guys. Technically, the copyright, 1919. Renewal, 1947. But I have no... Well, this note was written in 1985. So it's at least 1985. It was probably new at that time. So there you go, Aesop's. And I just really like I have a Mother Goose book that's in this same format with the story around pictures drawn like this in the corners that can get turned into journaling cards. So we might get both of those books out at the same time and work with them. Okay, I also got this book. Oh, I loved the cover. this is actually going to be one of those ones where I take this book and I may keep the cover. I may like decorate it up a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to keep that cover. The whole series, because they had a whole bunch of these, it's the Bobbsey twins. And it's from... Well, I mean, the copyright down here says 1917. I don't know. I mean, this feels like it could be that old. And the way they did the print block just in the middle like that. I mean, I suppose it could be that old. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I was just trying to remember because I got it mostly for the cover. But when I go into these shops, I know they're antique shops and I know people are looking, like they'll go online and they'll search how much is this book worth. And they'll try to make money off of it because it's their business. They're antique sellers. But I go in looking for the deals. So, yeah. Anyway, they had a whole bunch of these Bobbsey twins and I looked to see if there were any other covers to see if I liked one better than the other, but they were all the same. No matter what the name of the story was, this was the picture on the front. So, I know, I'm doing a lot of talking. Yammering and yapping. Oh, let me see. I also went to a Goodwill. I'm going to save, there's one thing in here I'm going to save till the end. Because, but I went to a Goodwill and I found this. Okay, look at that. It's a print set, but I'm assuming there's a way to lock this or hold it down while you set what you want it to say. Because you can put different letters on there. But there's got to be a way to lock this so that you can work with it. I don't know. I'm probably not going to figure it out right now, but maybe that's what these are. Yeah, there you go. Sticks in there and holds it, and then you can change out the letters. And they have 3 different sizes, and I can make it say whatever I want. I thought that was really neat. Now, I'm not expecting, although that ink is still liquid, and leaking. I'm not really sure how that's possible. That ink is still liquid. I think this is supposed to be, because it's supposed to be one of those things where there's an ink pad up inside there, right? I don't know. Even if I have to take it and lock it like this to use it, I'm okay with that. Then it's got that go on there? I don't know. But I thought it was really neat because you have all of these things where you can change out the letters. So I can make it say whatever I want. And be as big or as small as I want. Which I thought was really cool. And that doesn't fit in there with that lock like that. No, I'm just going to stick it like that. Okay, what's next? Oh, I found some photo paper for $1. This was at the Goodwill. The reason I got this is because I've seen a lot of people take photo paper and use alcohol inks on it and make artwork. So I figured for $1, I have a stack of photo paper I can try that with. So that was my thought process there. I also got some books because Lord only knows, or a book. Lord only knows I needed more books. This is a cover. I've started going in and looking for covers that I like. And I like this cover. This cover is not necessarily a cover that I would keep all by itself, but I would decorate the front of this and have the cover edges sticking out because I really like this old tattered green cover. I don't know what I would do about the spine. I don't know if it would be, but the book is from, it was like $2. I don't know. Goodwill sells their books all at a single price unless otherwise marked or something of that nature. 1939. So, I also get more book page to use for whatever I want to use it for, which, I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Novel and story. The Devil and Daniel Webster. It's short stories? I don't know. Anyway, again, cover. That's why I got that. Okay, now I got these. I don't really need. I got these because I like the way they're printed. I didn't realize one side of them was shiny. I thought they were both. And I think I thought they were both because I think some of them were turned over like this, and then some of them were like that. So that's what I saw. I'm not real thrilled that one side is shiny, but, whatever. I liked the shape. It's got a little notch, and I liked these numbers. So, and they were $2 for the stack. And they felt it necessary to print that on there, I guess, on one of the cards. I'm actually going to put this up here because I need space. Okay, and then I was in... Okay, now I've been looking for all kinds of children's books because I have this thing about turning children's books into journals, even though here lately my kick has been calendars. And I haven't touched one of my little golden books in I don't know how long, but that doesn't mean I can help myself when I see them. So, the problem I was telling you about. So I found this little book, The Valiant Little Tailor. I thought the art was really cute. Apparently it was owned by a child in York, PA. I thought the art was really cute and colorful. I thought this would be fun to turn into a journal because this art lends itself to that real graphic, retro kind of... Actually, it looks very like Scandinavian or Dutch German or that sort of thing, which is probably what they were going for. But this is from 1946. And I just thought it was great. I mean, it's going to be a rough one to turn into a journal because it's one big signature. So like with the little golden books, you get to separate because there's more than one signature. With these books, you can't separate it at the middle and try and pull pages out if you want the book to stay in order because page 1 and the last page in the book are the same. So it ends up taking the story out of order. So you would have to find another way to do it. So that's going to be my challenge. And when we do it, I'll do it with, if I figure it out, I'll do it with you so you guys can see what I do. And we will hopefully make a journal out of this. That's my goal. For all of the books all of these little kids books that I get, that's my goal. And then I found one of these. I love these. I grew up with these. These actually have multiple signatures, I think. Looks like 3. If I'm looking at that correctly. It looks like there's 3 signatures there. The ones I'm having a lot, and I'm looking for the old ones. So the cover is worn and aged, but still in decent shape. I don't want them to be that shiny brand new cover if I can help it. And the other thing is I'm looking for the ones, I find Dr. Seuss. The ones I find the most are this one, Hop One Pop, and there's another one I see it a lot. There's 3 that I see everywhere. Every once in a while I see a green eggs and ham, and every once in a while I see a 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. But they're new. They're not old. The ones I've been looking for are the Berenstain Bears ones that I grew up with. So when I find, I search the kids' books whenever I go because I want to find those books that I grew up with because I want to turn them into journals. But anyway, so I found that Dr. Seuss book. Now, I know, shocker. Little golden books. This is an addiction. I have decided. This is an addiction. I have another Pokey Little Puppy book because he's the Pokey Little Puppy. This was in good shape. I couldn't remember. I think I have 2 of these. And I think, well, this one has a barcode. But if I need to, I can pick the cover that's in the best shape and try and find the oldest back. Does that make sense? When I make the journal. And then I can use, the insides for making ephemera and stuff. But I mean, look how cute. You know what? Self-explanatory. I don't really need to. Here is a Disney one. I haven't done a Disney one ever, actually. Although I do have a Disney Christmas one that I think I broke down and put into a pouch with some paper ready to go. This is from Lady and the Tramp. Scamp, I think, was their puppy. Lady and the Tramp's puppy? One of the puppies? The main puppy? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, it's the puppy. And I thought it was cute, and it's old. There's no barcode. So I went ahead and grabbed, it was 25 cents. So I went ahead and grabbed that one. And then I found this one. I thought this would be a lot of fun to turn into a journal just because it's about space. And I always liked space when I was a kid. Planets and all that sort of thing. So I was kind of excited to find this one. And that says $10. I did not pay $10 for this book. I never pay $10 for them. If I find them and they're $10, I leave them behind. So, and then I found this one, Who Comes to Your House? This is definitely old. Also no barcode. Oh, I guess I should be looking at this one says from 1973. It says it was bought for Christmas 1976. So around that time frame. And it's all the different people, the babysitter, the meter reader, the ice cream truck, the moving man, florist delivery, all those things that, used to happen before, like, modern conveniences were around. This one is from, I love the age color of these pages, 1956. This one is from 1957. And this copy of the Pokey Little Puppy, which does have a barcode, he was copyrighted in 1942. His copyright was renewed in 1970. A lot of times they'll have, like, it'll say a specific printing. But this doesn't seem to have like a date for a printing. It just says 1970, copyright renewed. It does have a barcode on it though, and I feel like that was late 70s, early 80s, so I would have to look to know specifically, but okay, so we did that one. And then we have the Gingerbread Man. This is just like the one I tried to make a little journal out of. Oh, his cover's coming apart, but that can be repaired. Not overly upset about that. This one is 7th printing, copyright 1961, 1953. So, yeah. I'm thinking the old journal that I made that didn't work out real well, I might pull it apart and use the stuff in it for ephemera in this book. So, there's that one. And then here's a Country Mouse, City Mouse. Look at them. Oh, this one has 3 stories in it, I think. Yeah. The Dog and His Bone, The Fox and the Crow. These are Aesop's Fables. So, remember that Aesop's Fables book I have? Yeah, this is one of those things where I can take stuff from that Aesop's Fables book and use it in this journal. 1961 copyright. And how cute, right? It even has this little thing in the back. This coupon not redeemable at McDonald's restaurants. It may be redeemed at participating retail outlets. Why would you assume it's... You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. That says 1982 on the coupon. So we'll assume somewhere around there. I have another one of these. I know, I keep doubling up. My idea on this is that if I have a version of it that I can like break down, I can use for ephemera, that's great. The other thing is I had a separate Precious Moments book that had all kinds of pictures in it and pages that I cut out, and I can use it in this journal. So I was excited to find another one of those. And the only reason I would buy a double of a newer one like this would be because it was cheap. So this had to have been $1. I wonder if there's pencil mark. No, some of them are pencil marked. Some of them put little sticky notes, but I'm pretty sure that was $1. And then there's this. I've seen this book before. I have a tendency, this is the first time I've bought it, which is funny because it has a barcode on the cover. But this is the first time I've bought it. And I think it has to do with when I look at that child and I look at those eyes, the way they drew them. They drew her irises so big, it looks like there are no whites in her eyes. And it makes her look alien-ish or creepy. I hate to say that, but I opened up the book this time and I looked at it, and the book itself looks really cute. The art is really cute, and I have a lot of back to school type stuff that I could use in this journal, and I just thought that, minus her picture on the cover, and everybody has a bad photo day, I thought this book was cute, so I went ahead and got it this time. So that's the ones I found on my first trip to the antique shop. And then today I went and I found a few more of these little golden books. These are ones that, okay, I've seen this book before, but I don't think I have ever bought it. I can't remember. That's how big my collection is, which, if you think about it, that's a problem. I can't remember if I have this book, but I opened it and I flipped through it and I thought it was adorable. So I bought it, and it's copyright 1962, 1947 would be the original story copyright. And the art I thought was really cute. Look at that bunny. Look at those long gangly legs. I mean, what's not to love? He's adorable. Although that picture's a little scary, but I loved it. And then look, his little egg cracks open and there's a duck. So anyway, no barcode on this one, so it's an older one. I also found this one. Where will all the animals go? I see the lightning in the background. I'm assuming where will all the animals go during a storm is what we're looking at here. This is from 1978. To me, this art looks newer than like the stuff from the 40s and 50s, but still cute. So I got this one, and this one feels like it might have gotten wet at some point. The pages are kind of crinkly, and I also see a water stain down here at the bottom, which just adds to the character. And yeah, there's a storm, and they're trying to figure out where all the farm animals are going to go, or the kid is, or whatever. Okay, so that's that one. And then I found this one. Again, I have no idea. The copyright says 1991, so this is new. It's got a barcode on it. The book itself doesn't look, well, I say new. I'm not going to date myself. I could tell you what that date means to me, but suffice it to say I was around. But yeah, I thought the art, this is like very child cartoony art, and I thought it was really cute, and I thought it would be fun to make a journal out of it. I'm always looking for little golden books that are, unique. You know what I mean? Like different, like not necessarily Disney or, you know, a whole series of characters or, you know, whatever, or Sesame Street or any of those. Not that I mind those, but I'm always looking for the unique ones I've never seen before, ones that I didn't see when I was a kid, that kind of thing. So I found, these are my new additions to my golden book collection, which is, I don't think these will fit on the shelf that I put in this new setup of my craft room. I don't think these will fit. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm overloaded. I'm going to have to pull my little golden books out and start making journals. And what I might do is pull out like 3, make all 3 at once, do them like 3 at a time and see if I can get them made. So I think that's where that's going to end up. That's what's going to end up happening with that. Now I have one more really huge surprise. I bought a book. I found this and I was so excited. And guys, it was actually on sale because the total that I paid for this book and those 3 little golden book, those last 3 little golden books that I told you I got today that I pulled out of that bag did not come up to this much. So if you're looking at that and you can see that, I didn't pay that much for this plus those little golden books. So somebody was having a sale. And it had to be this because, but look, it's an 1897 Sears catalog. First of all, look at these images and look what good shape this is in. I want to make sure a page somewhere in here tells me. Look at it, 1897. If I had to guess, this is a reprinting. Like this isn't 130 years old or whatever. But it's still really cool. I couldn't believe it when I found this. House numbers. That means everything. Bird cages. Oh, I would have loved to have had a big page of those. So this was my big find. I thought this was so cool. Look at that, chains. Ooh, pocket watches. Do we have clocks? I love clock faces. Some. There's some more. Look at it. What else we got back here? Pianos, tables. Ooh, shotgun shells. Guns. And you can order anything through the mail. Thermometers. There's clocks. Okay, enough. I just thought that I would share because this is going to get pulled apart and turned into, like, some of the pages I'm going to put in my library for, what do you call using on backgrounds on my digital pages. Okay, guys, I know I haven't done a haul in a while, and this one wasn't all that big, but I love going and walking around the stores. The things that pull at me the most are the little golden books and the kids' books. But I have so much stuff that I don't do hauls as much anymore because A, I don't have any place to put it. B, I need to use what I've got. And I just feel like I said, I need to use what I've got. So I don't do as many hauls anymore as that's how my channel started. I mean, I started with hauls. So it was very much, this was a part of my like weekly thing, was I would go out and buy stuff and then I would come back, which is why I have so much stuff. But anyway, this will probably be it'll probably be a little while before you see another haul, but I thought I would share some of the fun things that I found interesting and unique, and book covers, and all the things that I'm willing to still grab, especially if it's for a specific project I'm working on at the time, and I see something I'm like, oh, I need that for, I do that. But sometimes I just go and wander through the antique markets and just wander. But I am done with this one, and I will see you guys. Come back and check in with me. I'm still working on calendar journals. I'm going to give you an update on those soon, and we should be working on the cover for the Apple journal soon. So come back and join me for that stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.